Hey everyone, Kate here, and as you can see, I'm comfortably laying on the couch today, of which had taken me a little more effort than normal to get off of. And we're going to talk about why. The thing is that I don't want to talk about why. I really don't. I'd rather it just be nothing, but I also feel it's important to discuss why I'm on the couch now, why it was a struggle getting off the couch earlier, and the reason I look as if I'm going somewhere uberly important. Oh, I love dressing up. I really do. So let's see. Let's see. How am I feeling today? How are you all feeling today? I'm going to tell you that I've not felt the best today. I'm going to also tell you that I'm not proud of this. And if you watch my video called Life's Ultimate Truth, I talk about one of the symptoms I've been experiencing lately, which is the fear. So pretty much it's a slew of anxiety-related symptoms, and these are all new for me, so we have not yet figured out quite yet whether it's panic attacks, anxiety attacks, but definitely anxiety. And then I'm pretty sure the other is going to be, they're panic attacks basically, or, and it's hard because there's like, people say they're the same, but then they're different. So, again, this is like a newer thing for me. Really kicked into gear these past few weeks. Actually more so like the past month, maybe month and a half. It's been a while. And really trying to pinpoint at this point, I'm not going to bother. So, I've been experiencing all these new feelings, new weird symptoms, being afraid of absolutely nothing, like just completely scared. And it's frustrating because it's like, what am I so scared of? Like, there's nothing. Oh, that's right. There's this impending doom I can't help but feel. And what's the point then of anything? This is not fun to feel at all. On top of crying and having no energy, feeling extremely nauseous, having heartburn, having a knot in your throat. Oh, when your heart starts to do the fun fluttery thing, yeah, that's not fun. It's terrifying. And just plays into the rest of the terror you already feel. I talk about, like, I want everybody to know you're not alone. And one of the reasons I want to stress this so much is because I feel alone. And when I say I feel alone, I don't mean like in a lonely sense. I mean in the sense that, like, am I the only person going through these things? So I just want to make it clear, like, if anybody else is, you're not the only one. I am also experiencing whatever. And I'm going to call it like whatever. I don't want to put all these titles and things. Having trouble breathing. I just don't want to put titles or labels onto how I'm feeling. I'm not a professional, so I'm not going to do that. I just know what I'm feeling, and I know that I don't like it. And I know that it is not only mentally uncomfortable, but physically uncomfortable as well. It's not fun. I really wanted to do this video today specifically because I am all dressed up. And I think it's easy to misconstrue that because I look a particular way that my life is totally fine, or because I can curl my hair, it makes my life better. I really want to point out that anxiety and depression and mental disorders do not have a certain look to them. They don't at all. And maybe that's something I'm having to come to terms with myself. But how do I do that when I'm like, oh, let's put on a dress and make it better? And so I do want to talk about that. Why am I wearing a dress if I'm feeling like crap and dealing with anxiety and panic attacks? And because I get to the point where I have to do something to make myself feel better. I don't take prescription medication. It's just not a me thing. You do what you need to do. Everybody needs to do what they need to do for themselves. This has been so bad, I've seriously considered it, and I'm not kidding. Like, I've really considered I need something to make all of this stop, because it's a lot. And I do meditate, and I have breathing that I do, and then the things I tell myself, like in the one video, you know, that I mentioned earlier, that help. But it's still there, and then it's there, and then it's not there. So this whole thing is just completely confusing. But again, I just don't want anybody to have this idea that because people look a certain way that they're not going through things, even in that very moment, that they could be completely conflicted. I know, you know, I left the house for a little bit today, and even that was difficult. I didn't really want to be out. And I like being out. I love being out, you know, just outside in general, people, whatever. But not today. I wasn't really wanting to do that. And so I just want everyone to know and to understand that because people look a certain way does not mean that they're not contending with things. Maybe at that moment. So today took a lot of extra energy for me to do anything. And so I just kind of made a point to make everything I did worth it. So for example, I'm going to curl my hair. And I'm going to make a video about it, because then that makes it worth it. Because again, one thing that's happening right now is this. What's the point? So I'm kind of making it a point to make a point of whatever I can make a point of. The other thing, and also curling my hair makes me feel good. And so it's about finding things that make me feel good. Taking a bath makes me feel good. It's just not something I wanted to do today. So putting on a dress makes me feel good. Dresses are fun. They're girly. They're so Kate, which is so me. And so putting on the dress in an effort to feel better. And I want people to understand that the dress was an aid. All of this. Oh, and I love the leggings, like the tights so much. Anyway, but all of this is an aid. It is a helper, like to help me feel better. And I hope that people understand that I might look like this, but it took a lot. And the only reason I look like this is to help myself feel better. And it helps and it doesn't help. It helps to the fact that I enjoy it to an extent, you know. I mean, no, I do. I enjoy wearing my dresses, so it's nice to have that. But it doesn't help 100%. And so again, just really wanting to put this out there so that people know, you know, let's not assume or think that because people look a certain way or have certain things, they're not experiencing other things that we just can't see. I also don't like talking about this stuff because I do not want pity. Like, whoa to Kate, no thank you. It automatically kind of like triggers this whole like, everything's fine, nothing to see here. I don't want anybody, like, I don't need pity. And I think too that goes back to like, if somebody's pitying you, it's like a weakness in my opinion. Like, no, I don't need anybody feeling sorry for me. I'm just fine. I'm not a pity or a misery loves company person. I'm really not. But again, I do think it's important to show that we all deal with these things differently. And really, I just deal with them the best that I can. And again, a lot of what I'm going through is new for me, and I'm 36. I know. I know I look like I'm 26. I am so funny. But, like, to be dealing with this at 36 and having had not dealt with this before, it's not fun. Like, it doesn't help what I'm going through. I can't imagine having to live an entire life riddled with these feelings. And so I'm sorry to anybody who is going through this. I plan on sharing more with everyone at some point. Just trouble breathing right now. I don't know when. I do not know when. You know, if you've ever gone to therapy, they may have told you, like they've told me. I have no problem telling anybody to go to therapy. Like, I love therapy. It's like the best thing. Like, I get to talk to somebody. It's so cool. And they're listening and attentive. Like, I'm a therapy lover, so I love therapy. I'll tell everybody all day I go to therapy. You ask me why, and we're not talking about that. But so I do go to therapy and I love it. But anyway, if you've ever gone to therapy, and I highly recommend it, and then they'll tell you like, well, you're an onion and we have to get through all the layers. That's pretty much what we may end up doing, me and everybody who watches this, is go through these layers as I reveal more and more what I go through mentally. Because sure, there's this influx of new things going on right now, but there are things that I go through anyway. So again, I really just wanted to make this video, and again, probably more of the videos. This one more so for people to not misconstrue that when an individual appears or looks a certain way, or because they're able to put a smile on their face and have a good time momentarily, that they're perfectly fine. That's not how it works. And it's just not how it works. What I would really appreciate from anybody watching this video would maybe be some words of encouragement down in the comments. I would ask you to like this video, but I think that's a little weird. But you could if you want. I'm not sure if I want to ask you to subscribe. Because who wants to subscribe to some misery? No, I'm just kidding. I mean, obviously I have more than that on my channel. But this one is just me being a little bit more real about things that are going on. And again, I want everybody to understand that this is all an aid. This fun dress, gosh, and it is so fun. Like, it does. It puts a smile on my face and it makes me happy. but it doesn't mean it gets rid of everything else going on. It just helps. It's like a pick-me-up. This is my pill. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please feel free to share anything you'd like down in the comments with me. Preferably positive and encouragement or relatable. Thanks again.